It's Wednesday, July 12th, 2023. Coming up on the program today, cloning my mom's voice using audio of her talking about shitting herself. Plus, a Utah cam whore Cyberstalker. Let ChatGPT confuse the hell out of phone scammers. And a mountain of cheese. Glorious cheese. All coming up today.
Yo, listen up, here's a story about a little guy that lives in a blue world. I don't tell it all night, and everything you see is just blue like him. Inside and outside, blue his house with a blue middle window and a blue carpet. And everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around. Listen and not nobody to listen. Blue, double G, double die, 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 double G, double die. Blue, double G, double die, 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 double G, double die. Blue, double G, double die, 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 double G, double die. Blue, double G, double die, 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 double G, double die.
Blue deeble deeble doo bopple deeble 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 dooble dooble doo man.
It's the Distorted View Show with Tim Henson.
I actually want to be brainless.
Tweak my nipples.
Why does man have to have such a sweet rectum?
A lot of hot liquid poo just went out all at once.
And I love the aftertaste of semen in my mouth.
Yes, Timothy James Henson back here with you for your Wednesday episode of DV. Have a great one for you. I was thinking about my mom. First time in months that old bag crossed my mind. I should really check on her. Now I think about my mommy every day, but I was thinking about her in context of this show. I started calling her on this podcast early on in its run. And, ask her embarrassing questions about her sex life with my dad. A lot of times I'd try to get a hold of them late at night when I knew they would be coming back from the bar. So they were a little tipsy and loosey-goosey. Then, after my dad passed away, which was sad, don't get me wrong, I'd much prefer to have him around. However, the one, I don't want to say good thing about him not in the house anymore is that I can make my mom do all sorts of things that I would never try if my dad was in the house, like having my mom read exceptionally graphic Craigslist personal ads. We did that for many years here on the show, occasionally. It was a fun segment. Now, my mom is still around and she's still vibrant and with it. But she is getting older, and she doesn't want to participate in my tomfuckery. Believe me, I try to get her on this podcast. I give her guilt trips. I threaten not to visit her. I threaten to put her in homes. But every goddamn time she calls my bluff. Still, I would love to hear my mom read new, disgusting personal ads. And that's when it hit me. Artificial intelligence. Yes! Technology to the rescue, once again. For months now, I've been toying around with those vocal AI apps. We've produced a very convincing sounding Meade Skelton. It does a great Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson. Why couldn't we use AI to clone my mom's voice? So, I put together a data set. Basically, just a sampling of my mom saying gross stuff on this podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering if other people's had the same problem. Okay. Because I would rush into the bathroom because I had to throw up.
Right.
So, as I was throwing up, I was shitting at the same time. So, I was figuring out, how I was throwing up and how was I going to turn around and sit down and do my other business.
Now, did you have time to think?
Which was impossible. It was impossible. Let me tell you, it was impossible.
Did you have time
you know what I did?
What? What did you do?
I just stood there and threw up and shit all over the floor.
Yeah, the vocal training was primarily just my mom relaying the story of when she had the flu.
It was liquidy. Yes, it was brownish, liquidy stuff.
I love this story because my mom at first was reluctant to even talk about it on the show. But as soon as she got into it, I couldn't shut her up. She was remembering details that I hadn't heard about. She was on a roll.
Another thing, too. Okay, I got that all cleaned up, and I got it cleaned up and everything. And I go back to bed. And I would say maybe in a matter of about 20 minutes, I felt kind of like wet. And I said, well, I can't pee. I can't pee. So I went to put my hand down by my pants. And you know what it was? I oozed out some more shit. So I had to rush back in the bathroom.
You didn't tell me that yesterday.
And it was all in the bed. It was on my sheets.
I know what you guys are saying. You're like, Tim, Jesus Christ, that's enough. You don't have to play the whole story. Well, the whole story is like 10 minutes long. It goes on and on and on. This is really just a tiny part. Ultimately, I cut out the parts with my voice in it, so it was just my mom. I fed that in using this story as the vocal training, and the AI cloned my mom's voice. So, is the real Patty Lou Henson now deemed unnecessary? Can we get rid of her once and for all? Will robot Patricia live on forever and ever? Let's give it a whirl. I found a Craigslist personal ad for the first installment of My AI Mom Reads a Craigslist Personal Ad.
Midtown Winn-Dixie. Woman, foreman, 35. I saw you in the store and followed you around. I stayed a safe distance away. You turned me on so much that I pooped in my pants. If you like the smell of feces, maybe you could contact me. You were wearing a beret and you had chin pubes, and I was wearing a mini skirt and am 5'2" and 190 pounds. Like I said, if you like funny smells, maybe we can get down to business.
This has been My AI Mom reading a Craigslist personal ad. I don't know. What do you guys think? How good or bad was it? I think it's like 60% of the way there. Now, it doesn't sound exactly like how my mom talks, when she's telling her shit story. But it is pretty close to how my mom talks when she's like trying to read something. I did include some of those segments also in the AI vocal training. For comparison, here is my real mom reading a Craigslist personal ad.
Rimmer sub to eat your dirty ass, M4M27 Santa Cruz. Clean-cut, green-eyed cutie. Looking to worship your ass, even if it's dirty or if you fart, and so forth. I want to stick my tongue... Oh, Jesus. I have to say this? I want to stick my tongue so far up your ass, I taste your shit. Why are you telling me to do this?
Yeah, with the AI, the voice needs to have more variation to it. I wouldn't say this is, it's robotic, but it is kind of just very one note, So technology's still not there. I'll continue feeding in some vocal samples of my mom, and we'll try to improve on that. Real quick, let me try something here. Ring, ring, ring. Hi, is Tim there?
Tim can't come to the phone right now. He's masturbating in the bathroom with the Vaseline, pulling his tiny pecker. Try back in 10 minutes. Well, let's be honest. Give him 2 or 3 minutes.
Maybe it's 75% of the way there. That's what my mom sounded like when my friends would call me and I was in the bathroom. Well, there you go. A work in progress. Let's move on. I ran across another one of those old 1960s educational films about mental retardation. We don't call it that anymore. Well, I do, but most people don't. They say, for a while it was, these people are mentally challenged. And then that became offensive, of course, because how dare you say someone is challenged? That brought about the much softer, differently abled, which in my opinion is just a flat-out lie. Saying these poor kids can do stuff when they obviously can't. And here's the thing about names. Whether it be retarded or challenged or differently abled, I don't really think the mentally handicapped person cares what you call them. It's just a word. As long as you're nice to them and you give them shiny things to play with, they're gonna love you. Changing up and updating these words, it's really for other people, the sensitive crowd. It's the same thing with Latinx. You hear that a lot from white people. It's not Latino or Latina, they're Latinx. You know who hates that shit? All Hispanics. Not one of them uses Latinx. Lord Douche loses his mind when someone says that. The stupidest fucking shit I ever heard. What does that even mean? Who asked for this? You know, he gets set off. I never use Latinx when referring to him. I do use retarded. Anyway, I have no room to be making fun because I learned some very shocking information in this 1968 film titled Nature of Mental Retardation.
The cutoff point between what is considered normal and where mental retardation begins is about 84 IQ points.
Whew, I just beat the cutoff.
Retarded persons are often handicapped by bizarre motor movements and slovenly eating habits.
Okay, now you're just straight up describing me. I'm getting a little concerned.
Others are unable to dress without assistance.
I can't do that right now because of my ankle. It's all fucked up.
It may take half an hour to tie one shoe or to button half a dozen buttons. And merely putting on a coat may be a monumental task.
Yeah, those are the noises I make when I'm putting on my clothes. Like sometimes I'll be putting on a shirt and I'm putting it over my head and I can't find the hole, and then the shirt starts suffocating me and I start to scream for Lord Douche. That's the noise that comes out.
Many have speech which is all but unintelligible until they have had months or years of speech therapy from persons trained to work with the retarded.
You know who that Baba kid grew up to be? Our favorite homeless dude. You can tell all those years of speech therapy helped out. Now, this educational film is a bit bleak. There's no use for these lost causes.
What causes mental retardation?
Every single fucking thing that was used to construct your house. Paint, asbestos, glues, sealants.
What malfunction in human development so sets these apart from average persons?
I'm not going to play the whole thing here, but I will say this. One thing I've noticed about these mental retardation educational films from the 60s and 70s, a lot of them are trying to push for these kids to get jobs. A lot of times, the mentally retarded can be trained to do simple tasks. Training for these tasks at home could lead to a job. And then there's like footage of this little retarded girl using an iron to smooth out a blouse. And it's like, I think they're trying to push these kids into a life of sweatshop work. Cheap, disposable employment. Music to every manager's ears. You can pay them 13 cents an hour. It doesn't even have to be real money. You just tell them it is. At the end of the day, you drop a few Necco wafers into their hands and you're like, hey, that's your money. Those are silver dollars. Make sure to be back here tomorrow at 3 a.m. for your 18-hour shift. And then they hobble off, you know? This is called capitalism, baby. I love America. All right, let's move on. Recently in the Discord, I noticed some freaks posting videos of a guy named Steven Dawson. I did a quick online search, and it really seemed like he was kind of like a Daniel Larson figure. So I posed the question in the Discord, who is this guy? Can someone give me a quick synopsis? And Gauntlet came to the rescue. Gauntlet said, Steven Dawson is a British unsavory. Apparently, he gets obsessed with cam whores and then starts stalking them online, and he makes videos that he'll post on Twitter professing his love to these models. He's even found out where they live, and he'll like travel to the area to, try and find them. Just, really strange shit, red flag type material. So with a lot of these utards, trolls get involved. It reminds me a lot of Chris Chan. Guys pretending to be women who are interested in him, asking for nudes, or, hey, you know what would be really hot? Is if you fucked a love doll and recorded it. And then that's posted online. Well, similar things happened to Steven Dawson. Trolls have convinced him to send nude videos of himself to the models while wearing women's clothing. Gauntlet went on to say the main models he's obsessed with are named Preeti, Preeti, and Priya Young. They're very well-known British models. All right, so that's like Steven's main thing, but he's also just a horrible person. He'll tweet stuff like, good night, everyone, except Muslims. Apparently, he's not a fan of the Muslims. Now, Steven is bald, and one thing about his head is it's very cone-shaped. Take a look at the chapter artwork. Here he is addressing his haters who continually call him Conehead.
Good evening. Anyone, listen up, everyone on Instagram and all that. Anyone on Instagram ever calls me, anyone on Instagram called me Conehead ever again and all that, you'll be blocked. Okay, no one called me that.
He later tries to get people to stop calling him Conehead by mentioning the fact that he has a learning disability. Like we're supposed to pity him or something. They're making fun of a physical attribute. Has nothing to do with your disability.
I have a learning disability, you know, and nobody called me that.
As you might suspect, people continue to call him Conehead.
Conehead, or saying, oh, call me daddy. I'm no one's daddy. I never was anyone's daddy.
Oh, I'd rather be called daddy than Conehead. You got to give these guys something. Let me switch gears to when Steven's in a better mood when he's talking to his lovely ladies, these two cam whores that he's stalking.
Good evening to the sexiest beautiful babe ever, the one who's got one of the bestest asses ever, which is you, pretty young. Look at that, look. Book for you, see?
Oh, he has like a whole folder or a book.
Yeah.
What does he do?
Which is you. Yeah, baby.
It looks like collages and stuff. Like he prints out pictures on his inkjet printer from his computer.
I might ring you up later on tonight on Base Station Screen. Hopefully I will get through to you this time. Last Friday or Friday before that, I couldn't get through to you at all because your lines were fucking busy. You know, you don't have time for me anyway.
This was actually a pretty respectful video to Pretty. Sometimes he's just downright nasty.
Think about it, me putting that right up your arsehole. Look at that, baby, look, yeah.
He's got like a hot dog or a taquito or something that he's holding right where his dick would be. Can't quite make it out.
Oh, look at that, baby, look, yeah, baby.
And he's thrusting as if he's fucking her.
Baby, ding dong. Look, see, baby, look. Pretend this is my cock right up your arsehole and doing this. Oh, baby, Stevie, baby, I love you, my darling, from the bottom of my heart. Look at that, look. Pretend I'm wanking. Think about it, Pretty. Pretend I'm wanking against your arsehole.
Can't imagine why these girls got a restraining order against this guy.
And put my spunk right in your arsehole. And look at that, look, see, pretend I'm wanking. Look, see? You like this? Pretend I'm wanking. You like me wanking, don't you, Pretty? Look, see? It's not wanking. Wanking a big long battered sausage.
The thing about Steven Dawson, as I'm sure you're figuring out, is he puts it all right out there for Pretty.
Hello, Pretty. You know what I love to do to you when we have sex? I like to fuck you right up the arse. Yeah, baby. Ding a dong.
Oh, he's doing the thing where he's spreads his fingers over his mouth and flicks his tongue.
Well, hey.
It's so gross.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. You're one tasty bird, you are, Pretty. Ding-a-dong.
Ding-dong. Saying ding-dong is not hot at all. You can't make ding-dong sexy. Ding-dong, baby. What does that even mean? I guess maybe her clit is the doorbell. That's the only thing I can sort of figure out there. Kind of makes sense. I've got some screenshots here. Supposedly, this is Preeti's dad contacting Steven. These are, I think, Instagram DMs. He says, "Stop harassing my daughters, Tanya and Natasha, on social media. You were blocked for a reason. If you carry on, the police are going to get involved. Leave them alone. Last warning. Tanya is not going to unblock you." I'm guessing that's who Preeti is. Like her cam horn name or something. I don't know. Anyway, Steven responds, "No, I'm a big, massive fan of Preeti Young and Priya Young. Anyway, what do you mean I was blocked for a reason? Preeti Young is going to unblock me on Twitter." The father goes on to say, "You're incredibly rude to her and you send her many inappropriate messages. She's not going to unblock you. She's scared that you're going to show up at her house." Again, right? He's showed up near her house. She's scared for her children. She has a life away from her job and should be allowed to live in peace without the worry of people stalking her. She can't leave the house without her dogs now. How does Steven respond? By correcting the father. Preeti only has one German Shepherd dog, not dogs. Like you're missing the whole point here. You're focusing on the wrong thing, Steven. Now, I don't know if this conversation continues days later, but the father then writes, "We've been informed that you tried to go to her home. The police have been informed of this incident." And Steven tries to lean in on the fact he has a learning disability again. Dyslexia doesn't cause someone to become a stalker. Why did you inform the police? I'm scared. I have a learning disability. The father says, you can't just show up to her home. That's stalking and a crime. So because of all of these shenanigans, Steven was blocked from Babe Station. That's apparently the cam whore site where Preeti performs. After several weeks of not being able to see Preeti or communicate with her, whatever he does on this campsite, he messaged on Instagram, if Preeti Young doesn't unblock me on Twitter, I'm going to expose her real name, which is Tanya Young. Well, there you go. You just exposed her. But I guess he's going to do it on Twitter. And then he messaged again, please, Preeti, can you unblock me on Twitter? It'll make me feel a lot happier. If you could unblock me. If you don't, I will expose your real name, Tanya Young. How did that work out for Steven? Well, in a news article published on February 27th of this year, The Mirror wrote Stephen Tucky is said to have carried out numerous acts associated with stalking the alleged victim since late 2020, including telling the woman that he owns her. A man who became obsessed with a Babe Station glamour model has been handed an interim stalking protection order. Stephen Tucky was accused of tormenting the women since late 2020, with the latest alleged incident taking place on January 23rd of this year. The prosecutor told the court Mr. Tucky has engaged in this campaign over a significant period of time, causing the victim, a woman in her early 30s, distress. Steven, I guess, would send her money, maybe through tokens or whatever, but it was about $400, which I'm sure Preeti loved, but she started to feel uneasy about the exchanges. Steven, as you know, tried to contact this performer on various social media sites like Twitter. He ended up feeling rejected. The stalking protection order contains more than a dozen prohibitions. Most notably, the defendant must have risk management software installed on his internet devices. He's got to have Net Nanny. They're going to track your ass. Steven is taking all of this very well.
Good evening to this person here.
Well, it's a picture of Preeti again.
Yes, my ex-friend. Well, she's not my real life friend anymore anyway, but who cares anyway? She's not my real life friend. Now then, Preeti, you're not my real life friend anymore because of what you did to me. You've broken my heart because you won't even unblock me on Twitter. What the hell is wrong with you?
He has a huge stack of photos, like 5x7s of Preeti, and he's pointing his finger at her and screaming at the pictures.
You know, you're unpredictable. You really are. This is not acceptable, Preeti.
I don't even think you should be making videos about Preeti. You might be violating something.
Anyway, Preeti, if you're going to be like that, then so can I. I'm not going to sing to you anymore. I'm not going to tell you any jokes at all. And I'm not going to speak to you on Babe Station TV screen when you appear on there. Do I care? No,
Cuckoo. Kind of hard to make out what he's saying, but if I understand him correctly, he said he's not going to talk to her when she appears on the TV screen anymore. You know, as if she could hear him. Also, he said something about singing to her. I'd like to hear some of that music.
If you're going to be like this to me, and I'll be like that to you. See how you like it. Honestly, Preeti.
This is the only thing she's ever wanted from you, for you to leave her alone. She's going to love this. Now, I don't know a lot about this Steven Dawson. Again, I'm just learning about him today, but I think he's moved on to some other cam whores at this point. You know, threatened with jail time, he is finally searching out pussy elsewhere. Ta-da! There you go. Just a little introduction to Steven Dawson. You may be hearing more from him on the podcast. And with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist and fucked up news right now. you enjoy Distorted View Daily, please consider supporting this nonsense by becoming a member of the Sideshow. That's Stevie's member site where you gain full access to the entire archive of programs. More importantly, every week I do brand new exclusive shows just for paying freaks. Sideshow members got an exclusive episode yesterday, and we'll be doing another one tomorrow, so it's a great time to sign up. Superfreaksideshow.com, all major credit cards and PayPal accepted for an even easier way to gain access to new Sideshow exclusive episodes. If you happen to use Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you can now subscribe right in those apps. Just a few taps and you're in. Makes it very simple to enjoy Sideshow content. The exclusive episodes will appear right alongside the free episodes in your feed. If you want information on all the ways you can sign up for Sideshow access, check out DistortedView.com and, of course, SuperFreakSideshow.com. Oh, and finally, we do have another way to help support the program. We've got that Patreon account, patreon.com/DistortedView. You can pledge as little as $1 over there. Every little bit helps. If you pledge at least $5, you get access to a special voicemail line where I will play your calls first. Thank you so much to all of my patrons and, of course, Sideshow members for keeping this show alive as we approach year 20 in 2024. Not too long from now. All right, 3 very quick stories now. First up, one of the knocks against Taco Bell is that they use the same fucking 5 ingredients for all of their products. They just reconfigure them in different ways. It's all the same shit or in a different shell or whatever. Somehow it works for them, though, and Burger King is now taking a page out of Taco Bell's playbook, at least overseas. Burger King is causing a stir in Thailand with its new offering. It's a burger with no meat. And importantly, no meat alternative. It's not like some sort of soy patty or Impossible Burger. It's literally just a bun and a mountain of cheese. This week, the Thai operator of the fast food chain introduced what it calls the real cheeseburger, a bun filled with as many as 20 slices of American cheese.
Cheese, glorious cheese.
My initial response is to want to make fun of the Burger King cheeseburger. But I'm looking at this thing, and I would totally eat it. I don't know if it's because I'm hungry or I'm just so American, but there's something about a pile of cheese that is just appealing. Also, I'm kind of ashamed of America at this point. We should have thought of this first. Are we losing our edge? We're the country that introduced the Double Down. That's the chicken sandwich where the bun is the chicken, and inside is like bacon and cheese. That's the type of ingenuity America was built on. You don't become the fattest country on earth without working hard at it. I fear we're slipping. Well, this sandwich all sounds great. It's a bun filled with as many as 20 slices of American cheese. Is there anything else? Is there like condiments or pickles or anything on it? The item launched on Thai menus this past Sunday at a reduced price of about $3, compared with the usual $10.90. It quickly went viral on social media in Thailand, with many users on TikTok posting videos of them trying the new sandwich. This is no joke. This is for real, Burger King said in a Sunday social media post. At one Burger King branch in Bangkok on Tuesday, a shift manager was overheard saying the outlet had to stop taking delivery orders so they could have enough stock left for walk-in diners. One customer who ordered the cheesy treat said she tried it for the first time after seeing it on social media. MG Peach, a 25-year-old IT engineer, said she loved cheese, glorious cheese, but this was too much. That's right. Don't even try to act like an American. We could finish that sandwich no problem and then wash it down with a cheese milkshake. I could only finish half of it, she said, wiping her mouth with a tissue. This is an insane amount of cheese added onto one burger. Food is good when things are at the right combination. Lady, get the fuck out of Burger King. Go eat a salad at home or something. Fast food is not for you. Im added that she would probably not order the gooey fare again next time. Other burgers are already good. I think I'll go back to my double cheese Angus as usual. Another customer echoed that view, calling the cheeseburger too intense. I may not try it again. I like a few slices of cheese on my burger, but not this much. That's according to Elisa Chunagogov, a 26-year-old entrepreneur who sells skincare products online. She also tried the burger because she saw it advertised on social media. The menu addition is an example of how fast food franchises around the world are seeking to gain traction by rolling out zany or eye-catching menu options that they hope will spread across social media. In the U.S., Burger King has doubled down on the Whopper, a flame-grilled signature beef burger that's also taken off on platforms such as TikTok through a catchy commercial jingle. Those songs are so popular, they've been posted on Spotify. This one has racked up over 6 million plays.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Flame Grill taste with perfect toppers.
I'm sure you all know that song, right? I think they rolled out this commercial campaign during football season, so a lot of people watching games were subjected to this over and over and over.
You rule your season today at BK. Have it your way.
Now imagine Burger King's in Thailand using the Cheese Glorious Cheese commercial to advertise their cheese sandwich. You get the song stuck in their head. You get the social media angle. For as big as this promotion currently is, it could be 10 times bigger with Cheese Marvelous Cheese Versatile Cheese Glorious Cheese.
Make your meal sing with Oreo cheese.
Yes, make that sandwich sing at Burger King. It's a bun with a bunch of cheese slices piled high. Yes. So very dumb.
Yes, Burger King's menu in the country also includes salmon katsu burgers, an apparent nod to consumers' preference for a healthy alternative to beef. The chain is owned in Thailand by Minor International, a local hospitality group that is one of Asia's largest restaurant owners. The company also operates outlets for brands including Dairy Queen and Benihana. Dairy Queen, you say, huh? Well, how about a Cheese Whiz Blizzard? I'm just throwing out some ideas. This cheese thing could be huge for you. All right, second story we have for you. Did you know? Right-wing conspiracy theorist Mike Lindell's company, MyPillow. Oh, he's the MyPillow guy. Yeah, apparently the company is auctioning hundreds of surplus equipment as a result of loss in revenue. Now, I'm sure a lot of this loss of business has to do with his political beliefs and conspiracy theories and all that. But also, let's be honest, the dude is selling a pillow. It might be a very good pillow, but he's been at it for 10, 15 years with this same goddamn pillow. Other companies have figured out what he did with it, right? And copied it. They're selling their versions for less. He's pretty much built up this whole company around one product. Now, I know you can go on his website now and buy bed sheets and stuff, but I don't think there's anything that's special about those products. What he should have been pouring that research and development money into is the next MyPillow 2.0, or I don't know, come out with a mattress, My Mattress, reusable toilet paper. I don't know, something. He calls himself an inventor. Invent something, right? This comes after the MyPillow chief executive officer in May, quote, asked the public to buy stock in his business, Lindell TV, to gain back the millions he spent in an effort to overturn the 2020 elections. Notice he wasn't saying, I want you all to go out and buy my pillows. No, he wanted you just to buy stock in his business. He wanted to prop that up. The auction also comes after an arbitration panel ordered Lindell in April to pay $5 million to a software developer who debunked his false 2020 election claims. Yeah, he made this big show. He's like, look, if anyone can debunk what I'm saying here, I'll give you all this money. And someone did. But by the way, that did not sway Mike Lindell's views at all. He still believes all that nutty shit. When the CEO was asked if pending lawsuits have negatively impacted his sales, Lindell replied, of course. However, referring to the arbitration panel's order, Lindell said the $5 million is the lowest one. I will be vindicated in every single one, he said. He is refusing to give up that delusion. All right. The ongoing controversy over Lindell's false 2020 election claims has forced major shifts in his business. After some shopping networks dropped his product, the company has moved to direct sales, shooting new television commercials and trying to boost its presence through email marketing radio spots, and direct mailing. That's according to an article from the Star Tribune. Lindell said it was a massive, massive cancellation. We lost $100 million from attacks by the box stores, the shopping networks, the shopping channels. All of them did cancel culture on us. Just the way this idiot talks is funny. According to the report, items such as sewing machines, industrial fabric spreaders, forklifts, and even desks and chairs are up for auctions. If you would like a piece of a failing pillow company business, check out k-bid.com. Maybe you can get some of Lindell's crap on the cheap. Final story we have for you today. You know, we used to mess around with telemarketers and Indian scammers here on the podcast when they would call in. Of course, a bunch of YouTubers have entire channels dedicated to the art of fucking around with scammers. I think most notably, Kit Boga. He does some amazing work. Well, one man has really turned this into a little business. Roger Anderson operates a subscription service called Jolly Roger, and several thousand customers pay him about $25 a year to use his product of, quote, mass distraction. This sounds like something Brad Carter should be up to, you know? Wonder if Brad knows this guy. So the deal is this Jolly Roger service utilizes ChatGPT. And the goal is to keep a telemarketer or scammer on the line just to frustrate them and waste their time for, you know, trying to waste yours. Artificial intelligence does all of the heavy lifting. Anderson told the Wall Street Journal that his chatbots use a combination of preset expressions and topic-specific responses that are then fed through a voice cloner, so the telemarketer thinks he or she is actually talking to a real person. In one call, a chatbot named Whitney Whitebeard picked up a call from a recorded female voice with a warning about a Bank of America account. When Whitebeard, who of course is just the chatbot, said something back, the telemarketer call was then transferred to a real person who tried to talk the chatbot into credit card consolidation. Anderson told the Wall Street Journal that it sounded like the caller was fishing for financial information that could be used for identity theft. But the caller, who apparently didn't work for Bank of America, only got goofy responses that stretched out the conversation. I've got one of these calls here, and you should have no trouble figuring out who the scammer is.
And we are helping out the people who are
right
paying
there.
a lot of money with their final expense insurance. We are providing free information, free quotation for themselves for the comparison purposes. So how old are you, ma'am?
You won't believe what just happened to me. I won a local talent show, and I'm just over the moon. Have you ever participated in a talent show? What Hidden Talent?
Well, that's great, ma'am. I used to participate in Dubai when I was in Dubai from 2016 to 2019. So I was working over there, and
The scammer's sort of just building rapport right now. All right.
Participated over
Talking
there.
about talent competition, sure.
For the dancing. And
sure.
I didn't want it, actually, but from the audition, I got selected.
Sure.
Congratulations for you, well, ma'am. It's a good day to you. And the one more congratulations that you received my call, and we are just providing you some free quotation which can save you some good money, ma'am.
Sure.
So for the qualifying purposes, I need to ask you a couple of questions. I'm pretty sure it's just a general information like how old are you?
Sure.
So may I know what's your age?
You know, I just won a local talent show, and I've been thinking about how to celebrate.
That's all she wants to talk about is the talent show. How she's on a high. You know, she just won the fucking thing.
Maybe this insurance program could be a part of my celebration plan.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about it? Like, what kind of benefits does it offer? And do you think it would cover the cost of a big party?
Ma'am, actually, it depends on the client. Like, you are the one decide how much coverage you need. We provide 5,000 in coverage plan. We provide 10,000 in coverage and the 20th as well. So as you know, ma'am, if you
I'm doing well, 20th, thank you. You know, I was just thinking about my old college days. What time that was. Did you go to college, Patricia? What was your major?
Patricia?
I went for college.
Yeah.
I did study for IT.
Yeah. Hello?
Yes, ma'am, I'm with you. I told you.
It's it's nonsensical, right? Anyway, if you want to use this technology to fuck around with scammers or anyone else, I guess, you can check out jollyrogertelephone.com. You can try it free for 30 days. Great Big Pete, you might be interested in that. Host of the Great Big Pranks podcast. Maybe you can utilize it for something. All right, there you go. That, my friends, is your Distorted News for Wednesday. Let's do a couple voicemails and get the hell out of here. All right, love to hear from you freaks. And, of course, there are many ways to contact the show. You can always email me, show@distortedview.com. I'm all over social media, @distortedview on Twitter and Instagram, and Threads now. Yeah, trying to build that up. I'm posting multiple times a day. That's the only one I'm focusing on right now. Look, I'm so bad at social media. I can't be flipping through all these different apps. I got shit to do, so I'm picking one right now. Threads for right now. If you want to find me on there, if you want to read my stupidity, it's all on Threads. And yes, there's a lot of stupid shit. I've been very active over there for the past few days. Did I give out our voicemail line? 206-666-4463. Although we do have some patrons checking in first. They pledge at least $5 over there at Patreon. So yeah, they deserve to be heard.
Hey, Timmy Boo. I'm sorry I called you in a while. This is David Manson.
I can barely hear him.
I wanted to let you know that it wasn't booked up today, fucking Florida. But I wanted to let you know, and I wanted to see how you're doing. I'm listening to the show again. I got the
now there are children screaming.
Back in the background. Whatever you want to call her.
Look, I don't know what the hell you're saying. I think you asked me how I'm doing. I'm doing well. I was doing well until your call. It put me in a bad mood. I can't hear anything.
Hello, and son of it's Vladimir Putin.
Oh, Vladimir.
I'm here with my good friend.
I was wondering if you still listen to this podcast or not. Haven't heard from you in a while.
Putin here. I'm here with my good friend Lorna. Hey there, Tim. How you doing, sexy? Ooh, so sexy. Yeah, Lorna is a little bit torn up today. Anyway, I heard my good friend Pirates Barbie on, I think it was the Monday show. She talked about the heating like gel. I think it was like a sex gel. I'm not sure if it was a sex gel, but she was talking about this gel that if she felt
burned her pussy up.
She was burning, like dying. I remember back many years ago, I used to use Perk Plus, and I go to wash hair, and I put on scalp, and this is back when Vladimir had hair. If you know Vlad does not have so much hair now, but back then,
I don't even know. I don't know if I've ever seen Vlad.
Had luscious heads of beautiful.
Like what the real Vlad looks like.
So
okay, he's bald.
Perk Plus, I put on head. I feel funny feeling starts to tingle. I'm like, oh my goodness. It gets worse and worse, and I think I'm dying. I think scalp is on fire. I look at bottle, it says like cool, fresh, something. And Vladimir's very sensitive skin cannot handle this. It was quite an experience. So anything like that, any of the cooling or heating type thing.
Oh, I love those. There was one.
Very hard. I very much understand.
Was it tea tree oil that makes it all tingly?
One last
love that
thing.
shit.
I know I'm taking too long. I'm so sorry. Friday night, there is a show, Great Big Pranks, in our Discord server. If you hit me or my good friend Great Big Beat up in the Distorted View server, we'll get you invited. You'll be at the live show. Tim, you're more than welcome.
Oh.
I would like to, obviously.
We were just talking about pranks. If you want to hear some live pranks, check out the Great Big Pranks thing.
Call, invite, stop, don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. Let me finish. Let me finish to you now, please. Sometimes we'll call it the chat line. So how about me and Lorna and Pete and Mindy and Tim and perhaps Laura or whoever other voice you'd like to use? You'll go on chat line and fuck with men on there. So just let me know, buddy. You get in touch. Let's set up a time. Let's have some fun. Let's do it. Let's do a little crossover.
Thank you very much for the invite, everyone. If that's enough, it's enough plug for your show. If you are into some prank phone calls, you can check out Great Big Pranks. I believe that's in our Discord, right?
Hey, boo.
I mean, if it's not in our Discord, the freaks are in the Discord. They'll tell you where to go.
Hey, boo. Bagcom here, long-time caller, first-time listener. Just will say one of my favorite bits lately has unfortunately just been when you sing. I really like it when you sing the Amen theme. And I know that's dangerous because singing like a black gospel lady.
Why is everyone so bad at talking into their phone? It's always like muffled and rubbing up against
in the
stuff.
Hospital in the first place, but I just really like it when you sing about and you do the Sherman Hemsley shuffle in your little chair, like the cute little girl that you are. I love you, Tim.
Great theme song. I'm not going to sing it today because I'm not in the mood. But that's just going to make it that much more special when I finally do whip out Amen again. All right, that is all the time we have on this edition of the show. Want you guys to email me, show@distortedview.com. Distortedview.com is our official website. Voicemail line for you, 206-666-4463. That's 206-66. Oh, God, is it? Oh, God.
Yeah, baby. Ding a dong. Ding a dong. Ding a dong.
Spread the distortion. STD. Tell all your friends about the program. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, or like wherever you can rate and review podcasts. Tomorrow's episode is going to be Sideshow exclusive. If you want to hear it, you got to sign up. Again, superfreaksideshow.com. Otherwise, I'll see you back on Friday. Until then, have a great day. Bye, everybody.
My grandmother's pubes brush against my flesh as the pungent smell of her unwashed cunt wafts up to my nose and makes me sick to my stomach. But for some reason, my dick twitches in excitement. Is this a dream or a nightmare? I don't care. I don't want it to end.
This has been another excellent podcast from the Scribe Media Group. Learn more at scribe.net.